down to Kolkata, where the Enforcement Directorate has summoned the Trinamool Congress leader Abhishek Banerjee's sister-in-law, Maneka Gambhir, for questioning in the West Bengal coal smuggling case. Maneka was stopped by the ED at the Kolkata airport on Saturday. She was attempting to fly abroad. According to sources, Gambhir was denied immigration clearance on the basis of a lookout circular issued against her by the Federal Probe Agency. Now, this is the third time the ED summoned Gambhir in the case. Earlier, she challenged the agency's notice for appearance in Delhi before the Calcutta High Court. She was allowed to appear in Kolkata instead. We have some more breaking news on the story. We'll move to that. Apparently, in the summons that the ED gave to Gambhir, it said 12:30 a.m. in its notification. She reached the ED office at 12:30, but the gates were apparently shut. We'll try to bring you more details on each of these developments in just a second. Remember, this entire case has been lodged under provisions of the PMLA, that's the Prevention of Money Laundering Act. The CBI has alleged this is a multi-crore coal pilferage scam related to the Eastern Coalfields Limited mines. That's what the CBI has had to say. And they've been investigating this case for a few years now. It's important to note that Abhishek Banerjee, the TMC General Secretary, was questioned by the agency on September 2nd for close to 8 hours. He's hit out at the Union Home Ministry multiple times. He's said, "I dare you to prove that I'm guilty in this entire case." Now we're obviously learning that Maneka Gambhir, his sister-in-law, had arrived at the ED for questioning. But it seems that the offices were shut. I'll try to find out if I have a colleague with me right now to bring us more details on the entire story. Now, both the CBI and the ED have conducted several investigations in West Bengal in recent months. They've drawn sharp reactions from the state's chief minister and the Trinamool leaders that the BJP and the centre were using central agencies for electoral gains. That's something that you've heard the TMC say time and time again. My colleague Kamalika with us right now to bring us more details on these developments. Kamalika, clarify for us, when Gambhir is saying that the ED summons said arrive at 12:30 a.m., is that late on Sunday night that the ED summons apparently wanted her to appear at the offices?
See, the summon with the copy of the summon is with CNN News 18, and the summon clearly says that she has to appear before the ED on 12th August, 12:30 a.m. Now, 12:30 a.m. means obviously Sunday midnight 12:30, and yesterday in the midnight around 12:30 and on 12:20, Maneka Gambhir along with her lawyers, they went there in the ED office. The night guard initially stopped them, and then they showed the summons where it was written 12:30 a.m. They went inside. The ED office was closed. She waited for 20 minutes there, and she said that because the summons written in the summons that she has been called in 12:30 a.m., she has just come according to the time of the summons. After 20 minutes, she left. Though we don't have till now, there is no official version from ED whether it was a mistake or whether she was called on 12:30 a.m. That, as the day passes, we'll come to know. But 2 days before to that, when Maneka Gambhir was on her way to Bangkok, she was stopped there by the immigration office. And there she was handed over, she was told that there is a lookout circular against her. And she was given this summon that day to be present in front of the ED officer on 12th August, 12:30 a.m. Now, obviously, the Abhishek Banerjee camp and the Trinamool Congress is till now has officially not raised any question on that because Gambhir is not a part of Trinamool Congress, but Gambhir is Abhishek Banerjee's sister-in-law. It is also they are raising this point that why 12:30 midnight, and on the other hand, they are showing that they are following the law of the land. But whether it's a mistake from ED and an agency like ED does such mistake, then that is also a big question. That's what is there. The murmurs are there in Trinamool Congress circles. So that is very interesting development where Maneka Gambhir goes there 12:30 midnight, and it's clearly written in the ED summon that is there with Maneka Gambhir that she has to present before the investigating officer at around 12:30 a.m.
Okay, Kamalika, just stay with us just for a second. We'll come back to you. My colleague Ashish is also with us. Ashish tracks the ED. Ashish, is it likely that this was a slip-up, that they just meant 12:30 p.m. perhaps?
So I just spoke to a senior officer in the enforcement directorate, and he's confirmed to me that it's a typo error basically. So it was supposed to be 12:30 p.m. instead of 12:30 a.m. and that is what the concerned officer will also inform Maneka Gambhir, that she has to appear at 12:30 p.m. today rather than 12:30 a.m. So it's certainly a typo error, nothing more than that. Just to make an issue out of a mistake done by the enforcement directorate officer. To my understanding, Maneka Gambhir visited the office 12:30 midnight yesterday or today midnight, and that is why